Hi, this is team number 4, and we're gonna talk about our lab practice of steel heat treatment. I'm Alejandro Portales.
I'm Zoe Ocampo.
And I'm Eitan Aracanchi.
So here we go.
So in this practice we wanted to demonstrate how if we apply some heat treatment into some steel piece, we can get to change some physical properties, mostly mechanical properties of hardness, because we apply the Vickers test in order to see how much the hardness of the steel was changed using a heat treatment and not using one. And also we test on two different materials, the steel 1045 and the steel 1018. So we wanted to see the different properties of both steels. So we're going to explain each of the steps.
Okay, so first we take the small probes of the two metals that we have, and we cut it a small piece, and we then take out the excess metal in this machine so it has a flat surface.
Okay, so the next step was going to put some encapsulation to the piece in order to work with it in the metallographic process. We use then a mounting press. The process to make the encapsulation is to have the machine up, then put the piece, put the machine down in order to apply some pressure, put the powder. Here we have a sample of the bakelita, which is the one we use. This is a finer grain and this is a bigger grain. So we use 1.5 spoons of the bigger grain one. We apply some spray in order to the piece to don't stick in the machine, and then we put the electric resistance in order to heat the piece and make the encapsulation with the powder. Then after all the time has passed, you can put the piece up and remove it in order to have your final piece and work with it with much ease.
So for the metal heated piece, we use this oven with a temperature of 900 degrees Celsius. We placed the piece here for like an hour and a half, and then we took it out and placed it in a bucket with water so it would cool down very fast. And after the next day, we did all the placement of the piece in resin so we could study it later.
Next, we polish the pieces with the resin using this machine. The machine uses this circle in which it rotates, in which we put sandpaper of various number of grains. We start with small grain, then the biggest grain we have, in process to make it like a mirror-like finish the piece.
Finally, we did the Vickers test in order to test the hardness of the final pieces. We did in fact four tests, and we repeat each one 5 times in order to see like an average value and don't have statistical out of the bound values. So we did two for the pieces that went to the heat treatment for the steel 1045 and 1018. So this is an automatic machine, so the only thing we have to do was put the piece in there and start making the tests. We decided to take 5 in order to be more precise. So the machine has like a needle and punches the piece in a very, very small part, and with the software it can calculate the Vickers hardness. So with this data we could take conclusions about the effect of the heat treatment on the piece and what is the average value of the hardness on this kind of steels. Okay, so finally we want to make conclusions on the practice, see what we learned and what are the important things to keep in mind. So the main thing I learned from this practice is that if you apply some heat treatment into some steel piece, you can increase the the properties. Mostly you can obtain more hardness, so depends on your application if you want to apply this kind of treatments. And also I learned that it was very useful to put some resin in the piece in order to have them in capsules, so you can later apply some other processes, and they were much easier.
Okay, so I learned that for the steel heatment, there's a graph similar to this one, and we heat it up so we can get to some of this state. For example, ours was 900. This isn't for steel, but it works similar. So, and then we cool it down very fast, so the piece would stay in that zone and have its mechanical properties such as hardness. So that's what I learned in this practice.
Yeah, my learnings were that, well, I thought that if you heat treat a metal piece, shut up, you're gonna get its surface hardness, but I didn't expect it that much to harden. Also, I have used a lot of these machines, but I never used the Vickers one, so it was fun, and I learned a lot of stuff. And yeah, that's it.
And that's it. Thank you for
Dude, come on.
Thank you.
thank you for watching.